Big Blue, stop right now. MetLife Stadium just exploded with breaking news, and one single phone call is about to change Joe Schoen's entire playbook for the rest of camp. Pick swap leverage. Evan Neal and Joshua Ezeudu are failing to break through. Jackson Dart is quietly preparing for a massive Year 2 explosion, and Odell Beckham Jr. just hit a major wall on the new depth chart. Insider reports confirm New York is looking at New England's playbook right now, and here is your first payoff. The New England Patriots just turned a cut candidate into a draft asset using pure psychological leverage. If Big Blue stands tall, Dallas falls. Hit like, comment, let's go Giants, and subscribe right now because the next 72 hours in East Rutherford will define this season. Stay locked, there is a double cliffhanger waiting at the end. Whispers turned into footsteps behind closed doors at MetLife Stadium. The target? Evan Neal and Joshua Ezeudu. Joe Schoen needs to get Adam Schefter on the phone right now, before the waiver wire steals all their leverage. The New York Giants have a massive problem on the back end of their offensive line, where both 2022 draft picks are buried on the depth chart, taking up space that head coach John Harbaugh could use on younger developmental talent. Instead of releasing them outright, Schoen should pretend to release them outright, using a sneaky psychological tactic to spark trade talks. By leaking a report to a renowned insider that the team plans to release the underwhelming duo, the Giants can force offensive line-needy teams to act fast. The New England Patriots just did exactly that. Reports surfaced that New England was planning on waiving Caden Wallace, and not an afternoon later, the Miami Dolphins called the Patriots and made a trade before he hit the waiver wire, acquiring Miami's 6th-round pick for Wallace and New England's 7th. It is time for Schoen to use that same fear of missing out to see if he can trick a desperate team into giving the Giants a late-round pick rather than releasing them for nothing. The parallels between Wallace, Neal, and Ezeudu couldn't be more obvious. They are all high draft picks who have struggled transitioning to the NFL. Wallace was taken 68th overall in 2024, appearing in just 10 games over 2 seasons. Ezeudu was taken 67th overall in 2022 out of UNC, appearing in 33 games with 10 starts through 4 seasons, while allowing 10 sacks and 42 pressures alongside 12 penalties. And then there is Neal, taken 7th overall out of Alabama as a supposed sure thing, who saw injuries and poor technique crush his potential across 29 games and 27 starts. The 25-year-old switched from tackle to guard over the last year, plus to salvage what is left of his career, but after missing last season on injured reserve without taking a single snap, training camp has exposed the exact same limitations. You could imagine how shocking it was that John Harbaugh wanted to bring both Neal and Ezeudu back on one-year prove-it deals this offseason, especially after the Giants declined Neal's 5th-year option. Neither player figures to be here for the long haul. While Harbaugh likely held out hope that a fresh staff could spark a late breakout, hanging on to guys because of where they were drafted is exactly how rebuilding teams get stuck. Schoen cannot keep burning valuable roster spots on players who simply haven't shown enough to stick. Look at the current roster construction. Rookie draft pick Francis Mauigoa arrived at 10th overall, John Runyan is holding down guard, and Jermaine Eluemunor is entrenched at right tackle. There is simply no remaining room for former high picks who produce sub-50 PFF pass blocking grades and constantly spend time in the training room. According to league sources, teams across the AFC and NFC are desperately searching for offensive line depth before the final roster cutdown. If an insider leaks that Neal or Ezeudu is about to hit waivers, a tackle-needy team like the Saints, Panthers, or Jets will jump on the opportunity to secure their rights through a late-round pick swap rather than competing in a chaotic waiver claim frenzy. Reclaiming even a 6th or 7th round pick gives Joe Schoen additional draft capital to retool the defense or packaging picks during next April's draft. The writing is on the wall, and New England literally just showed New York how to squeeze something out of a player ready to be cut. Leak the report, force a desperate team's hand, and grab whatever pick swap you can get. Getting anything for 2 guys who will likely be cut anyway beats watching them walk out the door for nothing. Do you think Joe Schoen should trade Evan Neal for a late-round pick swap today? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you believe Big Blue needs to purge the roster and build a championship culture under John Harbaugh, hit that like button right now. But as massive as this offensive line dilemma is, our next story shifts to the most important position on the entire field. A rising star is being completely overlooked by national media, and the numbers prove everyone is sleeping on a giant breakout. Stay locked. A quiet storm is brewing in East Rutherford, but national pundits are looking the wrong way. The player everyone is underestimating? Jackson Dart. While some analysts are bought in on a Year 2 explosion, others don't see things panning out for the young quarterback after early training camp hiccups, causing public opinion to sour this offseason. Despite taking all the physical tools a coach could want into the biggest market in sports, Dart has somehow become underrated. Lou Scattaglia of NFL Spin Zone recently ranked Dart 4th on a list of the most underrated quarterbacks in the league, claiming his breakout in year 2 is coming in 2026. Dart is set up to make plenty of critics look silly when he outperforms expectations this season. Dropped into an impossible situation as a rookie with a coaching staff on its way out, a receiver corps that fell apart after Malik Nubbers went down, and a rookie running back behind him, Dart still put up 24 total touchdowns and over 2,700 total yards in just 12 starts. His passer rating of 91.7 and completion rate of 63.7% were both as strong as fans could have expected, as he shed most pre-draft concerns. Forced to be the engine of the offense immediately, the young quarterback proved himself worthy of heavy investment. Heading into his second season, his environment is dramatically better. Brian Daboll has been replaced by John Harbaugh. The wide receiver group has the depth it lacked last season, and the offensive line has improved significantly. Dart has the arm strength, accuracy, and dual threat ability to become an elite force with these new surroundings. Don't let training camp growing pains distract you from the bigger picture. According to insiders like Mike Garafolo, Dart's development is on a rapid upward trajectory. And new tight end Isaiah likely called the 23-year-old signal caller the exact definition of a true starting quarterback. Furthermore, new offensive coordinator Matt Nagy praised his toughness, sneaky running ability, and intermediate accuracy. Dart averaged over 40 rushing yards per game in his starts, placing him near the top of the entire NFL alongside elite dual-threat playmakers, while tying for second in quarterback rushing touchdowns. With Malik Nabers returning fully healthy alongside new pass-catching additions Darnell Mooney, Isaiah Likely, and Malachi Fields, the explosive potential for this offense is sky-high. Pro Football Focus analyst Dalton Wasserman highlighted Dart as New York's primary breakout candidate, pointing out that he joined an elite group of rookie quarterbacks to achieve a 90-plus passer rating alongside a 2-to-1 touchdown-to-interception ratio. Historically, players who reached those milestones in year 1, such as Dan Marino and Justin Herbert, went on to put up massive MVP-caliber statistical campaigns in year 2. With 10 games of 2 or more touchdowns as a rookie, Dart tied Russell Wilson, Dak Prescott, and Jaden Daniels for one of the most prolific rookie touchdown outputs in modern NFL history. Harbaugh's new offense brings structure, play-action dominance, and protection schemes that will unleash Dart's deep ball potential downfield. The foundation is built for Dart to take a massive leap in year 2 under Harbaugh's disciplined culture. Do you believe Jackson Dart will lead the Giants to the playoffs this season? Comment your boldest prediction below and hit like if you know Dart is the franchise quarterback Big Blue has been waiting for. But while the quarterback room is ascending fast, our third story exposes a harsh reality for a fan-favorite veteran whose comeback story just hit a devastating roadblock on the official depth chart. Stay locked. The official document dropped at facility headquarters, and the harsh truth immediately sent shockwaves through Big Blue Nation. The player facing a grim reality? Odell Beckham Jr. The New York Giants have officially released their first depth chart for the new season, and it is a terrible sign for the veteran receiver's chances of making an impact in 2026. The Giants have had a busy offseason under new head coach John Harbaugh, bringing in fresh talent alongside nostalgic reunions, but Wednesday's depth chart release proved sentimentality has no place in camp. Listed as third string alongside multiple unproven players, Beckham Jr. faces an uphill battle just to secure a spot on the final 53-man roster. Josh Alper of NBC Sports Pro Football Talk weighed in on what this revelation means for Beckham Jr.'s future in New York. Reports from camp last week had Beckham, who did not play at all in 2025, getting reps with the first team. But as Alper noted, it will be exceptionally hard for a player who does not contribute on special teams to make the cut from his current spot on the depth chart. Sitting ahead of him on the depth chart are Malik Nabers, Calvin Austin, Darnell Mooney, and Jalen Hyatt, while Isaiah Hodgins, Dalen Cambry, and Malachi Fields are grouped on the exact same third-string rung. Beckham Jr. was an electric superstar for the Giants during the prime years of his career in the 2010s. Producing highlight reel catches seemingly every week and becoming one of the most popular athletes in global sports. However, the veteran missed the entire 2025 campaign, and at this stage of his career, questions remain regarding how much gas he has left in the tank. Harbaugh's new culture demands accountability and special teams versatility from depth receivers, two areas where Beckham Jr. historically does not participate. If he cannot climb past Calvin Austin or Jalen Hyatt in remaining preseason action, his storybook reunion in East Rutherford could end before Week 1 even kicks off. The coaching staff has made it crystal clear that raw reputation will not dictate playing time in 2026. Young pass catchers like rookie Malachi Fields and speedster Jalen Hyatt are offering special teams value and explosive dynamic athletic traits that the coaching staff simply cannot ignore. In addition, veteran additions like Braxton Berrios are securing roster spots due to punt return skills, leaving Beckham Jr. isolated on an island where he must outperform everyone in pure receiver drills. Insiders note that while Beckham showed flashes during early individual drills, his inability to log heavy snap counts during full contact scrimmages is raising serious concerns among the front office. If Odell cannot prove he can stay healthy through 4 quarters of preseason action, Joe Schoen may be forced to make the tough business decision and cut ties before final cutdown day. This depth chart positioning proves that Joe Schoen and John Harbaugh are building a meritocracy where draft status and past glory mean nothing compared to present performance. The pressure is officially on for number 13 to prove he still belongs on an NFL field. Do you think Odell Beckham Jr. will make the final roster or get cut before week 1? Type keep or cut in the comments right now and hit that like button to show your support for Big Blue's roster battle. But as this receiver drama unfolds, our final breakdown ties all 3 massive storylines together for an unforgettable conclusion. Stay locked. 3 explosive storylines, 1 defining summer in East Rutherford. Trimming the roster waste through a sneaky trade tactic gives Joe Schoen ultimate draft flexibility. Jackson Dart's Year 2 breakout provides the franchise with elite offensive firepower, and the brutal depth chart reality shows John Harbaugh is building a ruthless winning culture. The New York Giants are no longer playing passive football. Big Blue is actively taking over the NFC East. If the offensive line solidifies and Dart connects with his upgraded receiving corps, Philadelphia and Dallas will be looking up at East Rutherford in the standings. Here is what I need from Big Blue Nation right now. 1. Hit that like button if you believe the Giants are taking the division title this year. 2. Drop a comment telling me if Odell Beckham Jr. makes the final roster or gets cut. 3. Subscribe to the channel right now because every single new subscriber makes Cowboys fans tremble with fear as we prepare for kickoff. But listen closely because here is the edge of the cliff. Joe Schoen is currently on the phone regarding a potential trade, and insiders report a rival AFC team just made a surprise inquiry for one of New York's former first-round picks that could yield a mid-round draft pick within 48 hours. Meanwhile, in Dallas, Jerry Jones just made a desperate contract move that could completely fracture the Cowboys' locker room before Week 1. Which trade domino falls first, New York's or Dallas's? Stay locked, subscribe now, and let us make the NFC East bleed blue. See you in the next war.